What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today, in the world of indie games, we'll be taking a look at the new expansion for Solasta, Crown of the Magister, the Palace of Ice. The developers fired it on over a couple days ago, and I've been feeling a little under the weather this week, so I figured we'd just take a nice chill day. We'll check out the high-level campaign that they just added on in. We'll make some pre-build characters. We'll run it for like 30-40 minutes and see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list or pass on. One important thing, though, to celebrate the release of the new DLC with like the endgame campaign or whatever, they have put the game on 70% discount for right now, so the game is much reduced in price. So if you are looking for a tabletop 5th edition D&D experience in digital form, Solasta's not a terrible choice. I enjoyed it the last time we ran on through it. But anyways, the link is for you down below in the description. I think you can also play for free as well on the weekend that this video goes live. So there you go. But let's go ahead and dive on in. We'll check out Solasta Palace of Ice and see if it's rad or not. Not really planning on doing a ton of first impressions here today. A little bit tired, but let's get this thing moving. New adventure. Choose your campaign. All right, so we want to choose the Palace of Ice. There it is, starting level 1 to 12. Yeah, as I understand it, the way that it had it explained to me is that if you start with a level 1 character here, you basically get to do all your level ups manually. The other option is you can come on here and just grab some pre-builds. Leveling up a character, creating 4 characters and leveling them all up 10 times seems like a lot, so I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to just go ahead and use some of the pre-build characters that they put into the game, just in case you wanted to jump on in. If you do have pre-existing characters that you've played in the past that may be like level 11 or level 12 or whatever, you can import them into this campaign as well, if that's what you want to do. We've got ourselves a cleric, so that's good. We've got ourselves a healer. That's solid. I think it's probably not the worst idea. It seems like everybody that's like a rogue or a bard is a halfling. Interesting. We are going to have a few more characters to fill out the ranks. A Lawkeeper Paladin sounds pretty good to me. That'll help. So we've got Bjarki and we've got Rickard. I think that just about handles our front line. We probably want somebody that can pick locks or do some kind of roguery. I suppose that leaves us with Jabin. That's pretty much our guy. We can either go with this ranger over here, but I'm not exactly sure what they've got skilled in for her slots. I could make a new character right now, but I'm really trying not to level up a character 10 times. And so we'll take the rogue, and then we also need like a wizard maybe? Somebody that can cast magic, somebody that can do something. I mean, we could swap out the paladin for a ranger or like a barbarian or anything else, but I find that like the cleric paladin 1-2 punch gives you a real solid front line, although the cleric doesn't get that many attacks per round, so that's a little bit of an issue. We'll just grab the first wizard that we saw, though it is kind of interesting to think about. Oh, I don't have that. Okay, apparently I'm missing some of the DLCs. Gotcha. All right, well, that looks perfectly fine to me. Let's dive on into the game. With the rift closed, Sortar, the Sorak god, still on Termar, and his hordes of minions were no longer a threat. The heroes celebrated throughout the Principality of Masgarth and beyond. Okay, so this takes place like after the main campaign. Gotcha. The Council of Caer Kiflin named them the Heroes of Solasta. Hooray for us, man. It's always nice to get fun new titles. The game does give you a giant recap of everything that happened in the original vanilla game, just in case you want to jump straight on into the high-level campaign. I skipped over it because, honestly, it's not really super relevant for, like, diving into an adventure right now. Like, they start out at level 10, basically the same way you start out at, like, level 1. You're just kind of, like, on the road somewhere, being invited by some dignitary or official to come hear about like a new leg of your quest because they heard about how awesome you are. And so, like, you know, level 1, level 10, they're not that different.
Morning, everyone.
So, here we are. Just a few more hours and we'll be able to sleep in a bed.
Well, the Anarium is basically a church, not a hostel.
I don't think Beric Sunblaze and his paladins sleep on the ground, though.
Come on, pack your stuff. Let's not linger.
I still don't understand why we're not in Galavan, looking for what's left of the Soraks.
Marshal Sunblaze is obsessed with them. I'm pretty sure he wants to tell us about them.
We'll know what he wants soon enough.
All right, gather your stuff.
Not sure which one is mine. I'll pick one at random.
Hey, nobody touches my underwear.
No chance of that.
So everybody's going to start out next to a chest. Don't move your party around or get them mixed up because the chests are specific to each person, and then you'll have to play around with your inventory forever for, like, who gets what. Basically, they've given you a whole bunch of loot right here at the beginning that is effectively level 10 loot. That's halfway of the way. Like in D&D, I think level 20 is usually the max level. And so level 10 means you're not low level anymore. You're definitely hitters at level 10. You're not quite like fighting the gods level yet, but you are pretty strong. We want to go through and we want to assign all of this gear because they've given us a bunch of magical items and a bunch of magical shields and magical armor and stuff like that. I went through the list in preparation for this video. I did not find that there was anything too crazy inside of here. Most of it is like plate mail +1, or like a mace that has +1 but also has like 1d6 fire damage on top of that +1. And so there's some little things inside of here, but definitely conservative equipment for like a level 10. Nothing that's gonna like knock the walls off. Alright, so I think we more or less have everybody equipped. I took a look at the armor models and everything. They look pretty decent. They don't look bad. So our party's looking significantly more high level than they were before we equipped them with a bunch of stuff. As far as I could tell, the helmet graphic comes with the armor over here. I don't think you actually like get a graphic for your backpack or like your gloves or anything else. I'm pretty sure your appearance is set entirely by the armor that you slapped on. But our party is ready for adventuring. So let's get out here. If you've ever played anything remotely like, oh, I don't know, Baldur's Gate, you're going to fit in. If you've played Pillars of Eternity, you've played Baldur's Gate, you know exactly what kind of game that you're getting into. The only difference is Baldur's Gate used AD&D, Pillars of Eternity had their own modified kind of D20 system, and then this game is actually like 5th edition, basically. Like all the stuff you can do in 5th edition, you can effectively do here. What is this statue? The inscription on this long-forgotten statue is eroded by time and overgrown with moss. It looks like a Vestal of Einar, erected to proclaim, hold on, I'm a slow reader, that this land was under the protection of the Einarium. That's, dude, I need to see, my name is Matthew. Like, I need to have a statue erected of me, and then what can happen is, like, that's like the Einarium, dude. That's like a council of the Einars making sure everyone is safe, whereas for me, it would be like the Council of Matthewium or something like that. I don't know. It doesn't flow quite as well. We'd have to figure. Mattium doesn't sound good either. That sounds like a crappy off-brand element that got added to the periodic table like a year ago. It sounds terrible. I don't want it. Apparently, we're in combat. As you saw, we all rolled initiative. We've got some enemies around, so it looks like, bandits. Yes. If there's one thing that bandits are known to do, it would be attacking parties of level 10 adventurers. So we've got the Galavan Smasher over there. All right, well, I'm just going to send the Paladin off in that direction to go smash back. We don't really have anything that we can do. Maybe I'll delay my attack, because I have a feeling she's probably going to close the gap right there. That's a big old dice roll straight into the back of my wizard. 2 hits. Let's see here. Prevent an incoming attack. You can cast shield to block the attack. I mean, I guess. That is pretty cool, though, how the game handles reactivity. I like that a lot. So where are these other bad guys at? There's a bad guy over there. Let's go ahead and move the wizard over to this side. And all of the movement feels very fluid and very nice. I actually like the UI, too. The UI is minimalist. Like, it's very much like a sort of a flat, futuristic UI. Not flat, not in terms of, like, bad. Like, normally when people describe things as flat, it means bad. That's not what I mean at all. I'm talking about flat design, which is the reason why everything from Taco Bell's to the UI on your iPad look the way they do. And, you know, that kind of stuff. It's got that very modern UI that you would expect to see on like a touchpad while you're ordering a burrito or something. Looks fine. Looks good. We've got a lot of spells to play around with in here. I didn't have a chance to see what our character prepared before we headed out on an adventure, so this is going to be a little bit of information overload. I see we've got the old classic in there, though. We've got Fireball. I mean, how bad can your loadout be if you've got Fireball prepared? You obviously know what you're doing a little bit. Let's go ahead and we'll, I guess, throw some magic missiles at this nerd. Spell effect looked pretty good. Little bit of a low roll on that magic missile in the middle, but That's the way it goes. I would actually like for you to swap on over to an alternate set, and you are going to engage in jolly good gunfights with this guy over, well, maybe not. Maybe I'll pull you over to here, and it depends. He's kind of short, but I think he's going to be able to fire over the fence. That's a 16 plus 10. If that doesn't hit, nothing will. Good Lord. I was going to say, like, you roll a 16 plus 10. What shrugs that off? Still not a hit. Good to see. I'm trying to deny. They've got a lot of archers, so I'm trying to deny line of sight here. She's going to get chewed on a little bit, just because these archers are putting up +6s, which is pretty solid. She's only got 10 armor class, and so there's only so much she's going to be able to do. Let's go ahead and pull him on up and over this way to help out the wizard. I don't know what spells he has available. He's got a light spell. He's got blindness. Blindness may not be the worst idea. Let's see if he gets a saving throw. Wow, dude. He rolled so well. Okay, that's a little bit upsetting. Okay, well, I was trying to blind the archer, but he shrugged off my move. Oh, really? She did something that I did not expect. We can cast shield to block the attack. Nah, it's like fine. We can take some damage. I don't care. But he can react to have the damage. Go ahead and have it real fast. There we go. A little dodge on the front. A little bit of a half mitigation on the second part. Man, how many attacks does this nerd get? Oh, she went first in the round. I think that's what happened. So it seemed like she was getting like 4 attacks in a row. All right, Paladin, get on over here. Let's smite this fool. Really? Okay, that's not ideal. That's not great. There we go, a 19 plus 8. That's a little bit better. You can smite your target by spending a spell slot. Do it. Not bad. I'll take that damage. That damage looks good to me. How many spell slots did that use up? It's been a long time since I've played 5th edition. I'm going to be honest with you. And I've never played 5th edition at a high level. I always kind of like teeter out with D&D campaigns around like level 5 or level 6. I don't know. I never get up to the big important levels. It's just a thing that never happens for me. Not because I die or anything, but people just like lose interest in the campaign. Yeah, keep throwing some more magic missiles at him, I guess. I mean, there's a reason why it's the wizard's bread and butter, and we've got sparkle over here. I don't think I'm in the market to make anything sparkle right now. I think we're good on sparklification. However, I do think we've got an opportunity for some sneak attacks over here. Very nice. All right, so with the sneak attack bequeathed unto the enemy, we've got to kind of decide how we want to close the gap with these nerds over here. You move over to there, I guess. Come out of cover. You've got both your knives ready to go. I think he's got a... Yeah, he can actually. Teleport into base contact. There you go. I'm proud of you. I don't know, since we didn't attack. I don't remember in the specific D&D rules. We did not attack. So I don't know if we actually have this guy in base contact to where he'll take an attack of opportunity if he tries to leave us. I don't remember if in D&D you just get that by default or if you have to attack first. I do like the verticality of the map and how they can climb right there. That's kind of cool. Just take the damage. It's fine. She's a little beat up, but my cleric's about to... Wow, they have not missed an attack roll yet. These guys are absurdly on the ball. That should definitely be an attack of opportunity. Go ahead and do it. All right, you are also going to close up with this guy, and you are going to lock him down. Do you have any blindness? That's why I tried to blind him, is so that my wizard wouldn't get crunched on like that. But too late now. Heal an ally and remove a detrimental. Yeah, we don't have line of sight over to there. We've got healing word, heal an ally you can see. Unfortunately, all of those are not going to be helpful right now. We can... I don't know what the play is here. I definitely think I need to get somebody on that guy, like ASAP Rockies. So, like, let's send the paladin over to chase him down. Otherwise, he's just going to sit up there and be obnoxious. I can tell already. I don't think there's any powers or anything that I can do right now. He's actually set up for a really good shove. If we could shove him off of there when we get up to the top of the ladder, that'd work out pretty good, too. Big swing and a miss. Big hit. Okay. We do not get the attack of opportunity, is the answer to that question. All right. So with our Wizard, what's the turn order? I think it's just moving its way from left to right. All right, I think we're solid. I don't know if she really has that many things she can do right now. She's within a turn of being killed, so since my cleric goes last, makes me kind of nervous to have her out of cover. Yeah, I would say maybe put a blur on her. That might work. Make it... I just need her to be inside line of sight so he can heal her. That's pretty much it. And we only have sparkle magics for right now, which is a bummer. I wish we had more than sparkle magics. All right, you fire an arrow at him. Hopefully get a good roll. That's a good roll. I'll take it. Good for you. It looks like he's also got, like, poison on there. Good. Continue closing the gap. I don't actually much care what we do with this guy right here. Go ahead. Good stuff. We'll just protect ourselves a little bit since they've thrust us into combat. Man, the enemy's evasive in this build. Like, they legitimately, like, they try to kite, they try to stay out of the way, like, they play reasonably smart here. Another big hit on that guy. I need him to die. Wow, they are just eating attacks of opportunity over and over again. I'm actually kind of shocked. If I swap over to my crossbow, I can cast things. This game actually takes into account, like, somatic components and whatnot. Actually kind of surprising. I want to heal somebody, but I don't know all of the icons just yet. I'm going to assume that it's like the green ones over here. I'm going to move over to here, I guess, and since only one of my spells looks like I can heal by touch, we're going to go ahead and do that. So there's a little bit of a heal. Loving the spell effects, actually. I think the spell effects in this game look really fantastic. They look gorgeous. They look good. I like them a lot. And we can also do Soothing Hand. Yeah, do Soothing Hand again, I guess. Just whatever healing we can get off feels like a strong idea to me. I'm going to set him up right here. And I don't think he has any more activities left that he's going to be able to do. But man, these guys are running circles around me right now. It's actually kind of a problem. Yeah, go ahead and dash up on this guy. Like, we need to apply some pressure here. Do you have anything that I can hit him with right now? Doesn't look like we really have too much to play around with. We have a number of buffs and things, but that's about it. Alright, so now that my wizard is back on the field of play, let's find something fun that we can do to these guys. Yeah, I think I could go with like a hold person. Yeah, you can get rid of the blur spell, that's fine. Go ahead and put a hold person spell on him. Please don't resist it. Hey, I held the person is held. Alright, you come over here and get into cover. We will end the turn. Ooh, you messed up. I can get to you now. You messed up. Yeah. There we go. Put a little bit of the old stabature on this guy. Aw, with a 2 roll though, dude. With a 2 roll though. He failed his save, so he's still paralyzed. I do like that they've got a little bit of like a cinematic camera too. That's pretty cool. All right, you come over here and let's just dogpile this idiot. And then we'll paralyze that guy. They're just playing so evasively. Wow. That was a chunky hit. Like truly, a very, very chunky hit. Like an actual unbelievably chunky hit. Go ahead and heal her too. You know, we rolled the smallest amount you possibly could. A little bit depressing, but it'll be okay. Let's go ahead and we will cleave this guy up. No, I don't think we need a Divine Smite right now. It doesn't feel necessary. Yeah, I was gonna say, he's gonna like kind of go down on his own, so using up spell slots on the Smite just feels like a lot. I'm going to see if I can close the gap with this guy, and we're going to try to play that paralysis turn again. Although I am using up a lot of spell slots. Go ahead and half that damage. She used a cunning action to get out of... So the reason she was able to walk away right there is I'm guessing that her class is rogue, and so she had the ability to like disengage effectively as a cunning action on their turn. I think there's an ability that lets you do that after like a certain level where you can disengage or you can take a 5-foot step for free or something like that as part of being like a evasive rogue. I've got cantrips. Go ahead and get this guy with a ray of frost. Quicker than a ray of frost. You missed. And now all I can do is make things sparkle. So disappointed with you right now. All right, let's get back in. This guy, I'm not going to let him run. This guy's not getting away.
Go on.
Like, they might think they're getting away, but they're definitely not getting away. I plan to dish back every ounce of pain that was put in my direction by these enemies. I gotta do something about my wizard. My wizard, oh my god, this kiting though. Good lord. We'll just take a full turn to dash. I don't really have anything to lock this guy down. So we just gotta kind of hope that we can catch him. I'm gonna try to box him in, basically. So I'll dash one guy to each side of him. She got her turn, unfortunately, like in a weird spot. Probably should have ran the paralysis, but at this point I'm trying to like conserve loadout slots. Yeah, go ahead and attack. Good. 13 damage out right there. If the enemy wants to whittle themselves down just off of my attacks of opportunity, they are more than welcome to do so. Go ahead and give me a shadow dagger. Sure. Not bad. Not bad. Failed his wisdom save too, although I don't know what the shadow dagger does if you fail your wisdom save. At this point, we're just chasing them around. Like, they are not going quietly. Good stuff. Ah, the joys of being a 5th edition rogue and just auto-attacking all day. Look at that, he's standing his ground to fight me. It's a miracle. He's not trying to run away. Go ahead and attack of opportunity him. Oh, you missed, huh? He rolled a 5. Good God. That's pretty terrible for a 10th level paladin. Go ahead and finish him off, champ. There it is. Put him to sleep. Get in behind this guy right here with a big old dash move. There it is. Was that like a drink a healing potion, I would guess? Oh, it's second wind. Okay, I forgot about second wind. Attack. And down they go. We still need to continue to... this will turn into a longer fight than I expected.
Back so close to the Inarium.
They're in uniform. They're not bandits.
Mercenaries from Galivan.
So deep into the Principality's territory.
Don't be fooled. They didn't come to invade. They came for us.
Let's move. We need to speak to Marshal Sunblaze.
We need to talk to Marshal Sunblaze. All right, let's go talk to Marshal Sunblaze. It's going to be fine. You guys got any loot? Oh, it's yay, we've got loots. I will take the ration pack. Don't much care about the arrow. That's just a short sword. That's all that it is. Okay, then I'll take the Mun-Muns along with me. We got any more treasures around here? I was going to say, I killed people, like, all over the place, so I'm going to have to track down all their goodies. We got a scroll of color spray. Cool. I will give that to Selagath, and maybe she'll be able to add it to her spellbook. What'd the warrior have? Anything? Oh, my. Hello. All the money in the world is what they had. All right. We've got a dagger over here. We've got a breastplate, and we've got a long sword. Breastplate, man, that's a good little armor right there. Lets you keep like 2 from your dexterity, just in case you end up overly dexterous. All right, off and away we go. I assume for like some kind of storyline exposition. This new campaign is for experienced Solasta players. We don't listen to that. We don't listen to that. We just do things and don't think about the consequences. It's gonna be fine. I've played D&D before, years ago, when 5th edition like first came out. I played for like 6 months. We'll figure it out. I've still got the vaguest of recollection. I'm more of a Shadowrun guy, man. More of a Shadowrun guy. Not a big D&D guy. More of a Shadowrun guy. Shadowrun, Battletech. All right, so we have unfinished business. Can I just, like, steal things? Is this one of those games that lets you freely take stuff and doesn't punish you? I think it is, dude. It doesn't look like there's criminality. I'm not getting in trouble for this right now. Awesome. I love it when my life has no consequences and I can just do whatever I want with no oppositional recourse. It's the best. That's a big fancy door right there. I'm glad that they started the expansion out with some combat, though, so that you could see sort of what like a level 10 character is capable of. I need to go back and actually play the vanilla campaign for this. It's just like I get into a very specific mood for cRPGs. Like, I have to be, like, in that specific mood, and then I'll sit down for, like, an entire week and knock out one of these games and no-life it, but not all the time. Like, sometimes I'm in the mood for it, and sometimes I've not. And lately, I have not been in the mood for, like, a super in-depth cRPG in a while, actually. So I know the mood is going to come soon.
My friends, it is so good to see you again.
Likewise, Marshal. We came as fast as we could.
Great, thanks. You must have many questions.
But something came up that I have to take care of, right away. You've been traveling all day. You should take a rest. We'll talk tomorrow morning.
Fine. Where can we set up camp?
Ah, you're pulling my leg, aren't you? We have a room set aside for you. Please, make yourselves comfortable.
Thank you, Marshal.
Where is the room that I get to... Oh, they opened the door. Gotcha. Who's this guy over here? Can I talk to this individual? He seems like maybe he has a tummy ache, or he's just like trying to hold it together right now. He had like some bad prawns or something. I think this is the door that they want me to go through to get to like my super secret bedtime area, so I can put on my Wee Willie Winky outfit, carry around a candle on top of like a brass thing, the Snow Alliance, and the crown of the Magister. Alright, so I've got to attune to items because they started me out with a bunch of items that I am not attuned to. So I definitely need to attune to that ring right there so that I get my AC and my saving throws. So I'm going to do that. We can prep some spells, and at level 10, we're going to have a lot of spells to go through. And I have like a very specific way that I like to do my spells, so I'll get on that. Alright, so I got myself set up with kind of like the old classic basics. I've got Bless, I've got Cure Wounds, Guiding Bolt, Hold Person, Prayer of Healing, Silence, Spiritual Weapon. I'm fairly well-rounded between summoning, irritating the enemy, and also healing my allies up until level 3. And then with the higher level spells, I basically just gave up on that, and I don't remember putting Death Ward on, actually. I don't remember that at all. We do have Wall of Fire, which is pretty rad as our domain, so I'm pretty happy with that. We'll validate those spells. I got to attune items on all these guys, man, so you need to attune that shield. Your spells are fine. You're a paladin, so you have kind of like the window-licking version. You have the window-licking version of writing spells down in your... You do it with crayon, all right? Everybody else here is using a feather quill. The paladin's using a crayon. He's got like 5 magic spells. He's mostly here to punch people in the head. We can attune this cloak on my rogue. We can attune the fire staff on her. And then we've got to do the spell preparation thing again. Okay, so I got some roundabout stuff here based on my D&D experience from playing since AD&D. I got Burning Hands, Detect Magic, Identify, Shield, Sleep, all the basic utility spells that you always take at level 1 because they may be useful at some point. Magic Missile's on in there, even though we're kind of at the range now where Magic Missile has not... Magic Missile starts to lose its efficacy around now, like level 10-ish. Magic Missile stops being like a guaranteed take and starts being kind of like, oh, well, maybe I'll take something higher level. We'll keep it for now, though. I thought that by level 10 it should be shooting... I thought it was like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. It gets an extra missile. but we only fired 3 when we did it, so they must have, that or my memory is terrible, which is also a possibility. We've got Blur over here, which is good because she has the armor class of a koi fish. We have Hold Person, we have Shatter, those are both good options. We've got Fear, we've got Fly, and we've got Fireball. Fly is strictly utilitarian. I don't know if it's actually going to... Fly, you almost never use Fly in combat, all right? Fly is always one of those spells that you're like, I have a Fly spell. When you're dealing with some kind of RP narrative nonsense, and like Fly would fix it right now, like getting through that window up there. So you cast Fly on your rogue, they fly up there to the window and they steal the thing and they come back down. Fly is just one of those things that you always take it because it's always useful. Same thing goes in Shadowrun. You always want Levitate every single time. You can levitate yourself, you can levitate other people. It's always useful. Black Tentacles to lock people down. A little bit more DPS on level 4 spells from Conjure, Minor, Elemental, Ice Storm, but we do have some defensives in there with Stone Skin. And then I took Cloud Kill, Cone of Cold, and Dominate Person up here. We could probably get away with getting rid of Cloud Kill and instead taking something along the lines of Counterspell is not a bad take, not a bad pick. Banishment, not a bad pick. I don't know if this is going to be a campaign that focuses really heavily on planar enemies, though, so it's kind of hard to say. Haste, actually a solid utility pick, in my opinion. Let's take Haste. All right, we're prepped. Everybody should be good to go. Let's head on down the hallway and find out about our adventure.
Here you are.
Marshal, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Same wise, my friends. I called upon you not as a member of the Legacy Council, but as a keeper of the light in front of darkness.
That's cool, that's cool. So...
Is it confirmed that Sorax control the Kingdom of Galivan?
There is not much space for doubt anymore, though we do not know how they do it exactly. Corruption, coercion, or plain replacement.
You'll keep the crown of the Magister on display here?
Exactly. Even if it's just an old relic now. It serves our task as guardians of the memory of Solasta.
How are things going with the Kingdom of Galivan?
It is not an all-out war yet, just skirmishes on the border. I hear they are also attacking the lands of the Snow Alliance.
Actually, some of their mercenaries attacked us on our way here.
Really? That's another sign of their ties to the Sorax. Your targets now.
Don't worry about us. After all we did to close the rift, to think they're still around. That's really depressing.
You did prevent a massive invasion. Without you, we wouldn't be here anymore. Which is why I asked for your help. You must remember when the Antiquarians left the Legacy Council as the war started. Yet the Church of Einar has ties with the Snow Alliance. One of our renowned clerics, Vigdis Kaikkonen, belongs to one of their oldest clans. While she was here in the Ainarium, her father was found dead.
No!
How do you tie this death to the Sorax?
Lord Kaikkonen was kidnapped, kept in a hidden house, and notes had been taken on his behavior, his way of speaking, his taste in food.
So they could learn to mimic him.
It looks like it. One of his captains found him. He killed a couple of Sorax, but sadly, the Lord could not be resurrected.
What can you tell us about Vigdis?
Well, she is an experienced battle cleric from the Order of the Shield. She took part in multiple expeditions to the Badlands. She is wise, strong, a paragon of our creed.
Do you think the Sorax aim to take over the Snow Alliance like they did Galavan?
It is their way. Therefore, yes, I am afraid so. The difference is that now we know they are here and how they operate.
We have to go and investigate. We can't have the Principality surrounded by Sorak puppets.
Lady Vigdis and her escort leave for home tonight. I would feel more comfortable if you could be with her. They could be after her, too. And possibly the other clan chiefs. The politics of the Snow Alliance are complicated. You will have to swim with sharks.
I think we can deal with that. We survived the Legacy Council, after all.
I am sure of that. You are heroes of Masgarth. Your reputation precedes you, and your mission is sacred. Let no one keep you from your duty.
You can count on us, Marshal.
I shall keep you informed of the political situation. Letters from the Inarium always find their destination. I would ask you to keep me updated of your progress in return, if you please.
Of course.
Thank you. Stay in the light.
Alright. So it sounds like we need to meet Vigdis. Don't know where Vigdis is at, but he's probably around somewhere. Is that Vigdis? That's Vigdis. There we go, man. Vigdis, my dude. Hit me with some of this magical quest dialogue, my dude.
Clear skies, heroes of the Rift.
Lady Vigdis, our condolences for your father.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Also, Marshal Sunblaze insisted that I wait for you to return home. I hope it's not too much bother.
We're after Sorax. And if they're scheming in the Snow Alliance, that's where we're headed.
Of course. We need all the help we can get.
We don't know much about your country. What can you tell us?
Well, it's cold.
Ah,
I hope you brought some warm clothes.
So I'm just gonna raise an objection here. What is this abomination of a lady dwarf that does not have a beard? This dwarf lady right here is a manifestation of artistic cowardice. All right? You gotta put beards on your lady dwarves. That's the way that it works. All lady dwarves get the beard. There's so few out there willing to put beards on the lady dwarves. And as a dwarf fan, this is one of those lines that I am willing to die on top of. All right, so after a brief conversation about all of the attributes of snow and how great it is, it appears as though we are ready to go shopping! Did we start out with any money? Like, did we... I already robbed these guys, so, like, they're probably not going to be super happy to hear me. I don't know what it is. I like this game's UI. I like this game's UI a lot. Whoa! What is up with my party wealth right now, dude? Am I like the king of the world? We have 11,000 gold pieces? Good lord. This is the richest D&D character that I have ever seen in my entire life. Alright, well, I did my shopping. There wasn't really much there except for, like, some gloves that I wanted to buy because they gave a +1 to attack. Let's hit the road! Off, and away we go. I like that we have a 5th party member. That's good. I was worried we were going to be locked to, like, 4 for the entire game, and 4 is kind of scanty for a D&D campaign. I don't know. I usually prefer 5 or 6 players. That seems to be, like, the sweet spot for D&D, where you've got, like, a little bit of everything. It looks like we can go up to Kapupa Punky if we want to. I guess I'll go to Kapupa Punky. Yup, let's go to Kapupa Punky. Oh, I like the little map, though. That's a really good-looking map. Let's see here. Are things happening? You got crafting. You gain... Oh, cool. We found an apple tree. Very nice. Oh, and any character that has access to the create food spell just creates food so that you don't lean on your rations too hard. That's kind of nice. I actually really like this travel system for a D&D game. It's hard to miss anything. And, like, your characters do logical stuff that people would do without having to be told, like conjure food or whatever. That's good. An old fortified bridge that, uh-oh. Is something bad gonna happen here? Is this a ruins? I think it might be a ruins. Oh, God!
ambush!
Mortars!
Take cover!
Look out for that spellcaster.
I can't remember if I took the silent spell or not, but this is the newest expansion to Solasta. I hope you guys dug this video. I apologize that it wasn't as conclusive or in-depth. It was kind of just like me playing a game and talking for a little bit. I'm a little bit under the weather right now, and I needed another video for the weekend, and this one was on my list, so I figured I'd fire it on out there. I have to beg your indulgence for now. Just due to the fact that, you know, I'm a little bit like, meh, at the moment. Not feeling too good. So I will catch you all tomorrow. Thank you for swinging on through. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were messing around with the new Solasta expansion, which appears to be pretty good, actually. It's hitting the ground running, and I am intrigued. I want to play some more. Thank you for being here with me. Remember, the game is free on the weekend that this video goes live. And the original vanilla is 70% off, so if you were looking for a new cRPG to mess around with, not a bad plan. Catch y'all later. Bye, folks.